Hi and welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing the ranking of the Helluva Buffs first season. Um, I already say my opinion of the general opinion of the series in my video about the Pin Hotel Season 1 ranking. So go. I'm going directly to the rank. Um, the first thing I want to say is that um, this series at the start was episodic. It was only jokes, missions. So those are going to be lower ranking because I am not a fan of this kind of series. I don't like um, The Simpsons or South Park, unfortunately. So yeah, those are going lower in lower ranking. So without further ado, let's the rank started. Um, in position number 8, I have episode 3. Um, episode 3 has many of the things that I dislike. But I think the worst of those are all the sexual jokes and all the sex. This episode is like excuse to have a lot of sexual scenes. That doesn't mean it all of it is bad. Um, it have a bit of character development for Luna. It's the first time that we can see Luna for more than a couple of seconds. It's the first appearance of Verosica, that is a really complex character and have many problems with Bliss. But this is basically all that this episode is. The attack with the monster was nice, but it's not the best of all the fighting scenes that we have in this series. It's not even the one with the best one with a giant monster, because I think that one is for the fight in the last episode in season 2 with the Ice Hydra. So yeah, episode 3 is in position 8. In position number 7, I have episode 4, and this is more of the same problems, but only jokes and nothing else in the episode. This is a bit more funny for me, and that's why it's a higher ranking than the other one. But it have the cherubs that I really hate. The only one that I can stand is the blue chip, but the other two are horrible. We already knew how that angels are not all nice, but these three are terrible, or at least two of the three. And the baby, the one that appears like a baby, he's the worst. I cannot stand his voice. And the rest, it have a couple of funny jokes when where they are trying to fight to see if they kill or save the old rich man, but it doesn't have anything else. So yeah, position number 7 we have episode 4. In position number 6 I have episode 1, and it's still the same problem. It's only jokes and nothing else. Still, it's the first episode, so it's the first time that we saw all the characters. Blix, Moxie, and Millie are really good principal characters. It's the first time that we saw Stolas too, and I remember wishing that he wasn't only a stereotype of a horny rich man, old man. and it's nice to know that it wasn't the case. Um, and I think the reason why this one is ranking better than the other two, is because it have a good ambience. It looks a bit like a horror movie with the colors and all the tension and the murder family and they trying to kill Blix and the others. Um, all the cannibalisms, all and the dead people in the house, all that makes a really good image. So it's that feeling of terror that makes this a bit better than the other two. And following this, we have position number 5, and this one we have episode 8. The problem with episode 8 is that um, it's more like a musical than a series. And I mean, I know that this series it have music in there, like Has-Been Hotel, but this episode was almost an excuse to put some music from Belzebub. I think is her name, or let's say Queen Bee, because I am not really sure. Um, so yeah, there were a reason why it's in position number 5. First is because we have the opportunity to look to another ring, and this time gluttony. We have the opportunity to see Sim, a new Sim. We have a bit of character development between Blix and Luna. We saw a bit of growth in Luna. She growing closer to Blitz. We can see the ending of all the trauma and problems that appear in episode 7. The end with Blitz crying on the couch. So we saw what happened after that. And so yeah, it's these tiny things that make this episode a bit better than the others. Now we are at half of the ranking. In position number 4, we have episode 2, and this episode is the first one that have a bit of history in there, and the one that made me hope that this series was more than only jokes and funny episodes. This one have the funny part, of course, with all the maintain the Blix group, more Blix than the others do in the park, Lululand, if I remember right. And we have, of course, all the back history with Stolas and his daughter. That was really nice when she was little, and we can see all the problems that now they have as a family, and how horrible Stella is. And we too have one really good song, that's the lullaby that told us the start of the episode, and that was pretty nice. So yeah, position number 4, episode 2. In position number 3, and we are now in the top 3, we have episode 5. Episode 5 is the first appearance of Striker, that for the moment, or at least for me, is the villain that is more menacing. We have the first assassination attempt against Stolas. It was not as horrible as the second one, of course, but he showed how dangerous Striker was and how more horrible Stella can be. Um, we too saw another ring that is really nice, the rat ring. And if I remember right, in episode 2 with Lululam, you can see a bit of green ring, but I'm not taking that into account because it's more the Lululam than anything else that you see in that episode. But in this episode, we can see all the um, volcanoes and the suns and all these tiny things that make the ring of rat, and that was nice. Um, the other thing that this episode have great is that we can see or start looking at the problems that Blix have with the difference in classes between him and Stolas. And this part we already know is going to be really important for their relationship. With and it's the first appearance of Millie family. And like I say in my other video, I really enjoy Millie family because they are they look, at least for the moment, like a happy family, and they are really good between them. The father and the mother are pretty nice. Finda is really rare in this series. Normally, one of the parents is a horrible person. They have Millie have brothers and sisters, or brothers and one sister, and they look so nice together. So yeah, this in position number 3 we have episode 5. In position number 2 I have episode 7. This for me would have been really a good end of season. If we could see another ring, this time lost. The first scene's appearance in this series, and this one was Asmodeus. I didn't like him at the beginning, but after the second season, he have grown on me. Him and Fisaroli, both of them. It was a really upsetting episode, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. We can see how Blix is jealous with the relationship between Millie and Moxie. I remember that I really was angry at him when he decided to tell Stolas that it was a date, and that was obviously a lie. But unfortunately, he paid for that, and it was really sad what happened to him. All the mockery with Verosita, Asmodeus, and Fisaroli, and then he ended up crying in his couch, looking at the photos. That was really, really sad. But Stolas, he ended really sad in this episode too. He trying to make Blix understand that he wanted more, but ending up alone in the stairs. That was really, really sad too. But yeah, even if it was sad, it was a really nice episode. And now we have the top of the top, and that's position number 1. And position number 1, I have episode 6, and this one have everything that I love in an episode. Have funny scenes with all the interrogations, all the FBI agents making a fool of themselves. We have a fight, and a great fighting scene, one of the best in this series. all the choreography was great. The camera movement was so hard to make in 2D animation, more so. We have two. One great scene with Stola's appearance and all the menacing aura and the summoning of the in the circle with the dead people coming back alive. That scene was great. And normally this series have really bad problems with the color palette, but in this scene, that black and red was great. It makes a great feeling for the scene. For last, we have great music where you can see a bit of all the problems that Blix have, and Moxie too. It have a character development between Blix and Moxie. In the end, they grow to get closer between them. They started being better friends. So yeah, this episode have everything. So everything to make it up to the top. So that's all for my ranking. We are pretty close to the release of Helluva Boss on Amazon Prime. And I am really excited and happy to see what they do. I believe that they're going to do a new pilot for episode 0 that they are going to release with the other ones. Of course, I will see that one and I will make a video of that if YouTube don't give me too many problems now that this series is going to be with Amazon. But yeah, I really hope that Amazon does a good job pushing this series forward. The rest, I think that's all for this episode. For this video. I didn't want to do all the ranking in one video because I didn't want it to be outdated when the next season comes out. So that's why I'm going to separate the videos between seasons. The next one will be or the one with the songs that is been a bit difficult because of the problems that this series it's not completely a musical. It has some good songs, but many of them are silly tones or more like a background song. But I will try to make the best I can with that. That one or the one with the ranking of the season 2 of Helluva Boss. We'll see what I decide to do the end. Who knows? If you have any comments or opinions, or you want to tell me your ranking on anything and all you want, you can say that or write about that in the comments below. So thank you very much for watching and bye bye.